Hi crafty friends, Melissa Miner here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating a layout for the Shimmerz Paints design team. I'm using the gorgeous December Color Kitz. Now be sure to add my name, Melissa Miner, to the comments section of your Shimmerz Paints orders and you will receive a free paint. All right, on my desk in front of me, I've got a couple pictures of my daughter Tatum. And she gets so excited to put up her own tree. She puts a Christmas tree in her room. And so that's what these pictures are. I've already went ahead and cut out a few strips of pattern paper from the Color Kitz. So that top one there is 3 by 10, and then I've got 2 strips of pattern paper that are 2 by 10. I've went ahead and picked out some paint colors that I think match these perfectly. Now these also came in the Color Kitz. But on the bottom there, for the red, I have Buddy's favorite color, and this is a Shimmerz. And then for the pink, I have Pink About It, and this is an It-Inklingz. And then for the top, for the green, I have the Holly and the Ivy-Inklingz. So I've taken my pattern paper strips here, and I'm just using a pencil to outline where I want these strips on the paper. Now my white sheet of paper is cut down to 11 by 11, and this is a piece of the mixed media cardstock from scrapbook.com. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my paint colors. So the Holly and the Ivy and the Pink About It are both Inklings, and they come in the new little pans. So I do have my little tin here that I store all those in. I'm going to go ahead and spray some water down on my cardstock, and I'm going to get to painting. So I'm dipping my paintbrush in some water. I've sprayed some water onto my paper, and now I'm just going to outline where the pattern paper is going to sit. So that way this Holly and the Ivy-Inklingz is just going to peek through from behind the pattern paper. Now I don't want just a solid line, so I'm going to go through here and just kind of mess this up a little bit so it's not so matchy-matchy. So I'm taking my paint and I'm dipping it in the water and also in the paint pan and just giving it more of that messy edge. So we'll do this for the green. I'm dipping my paintbrush in some water, and now I'm tapping the end of it to put some green splatters all around my page. So that looks really good. I like that. And then the next thing I'll do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to start on the bottom part. And that is so that I can let that green dry. Now before I switch colors, I am being sure to dip my paintbrush onto a paper towel and making sure that all the green has come off of my paintbrush so that I don't mix the colors. Now I'm opening up the Buddy's favorite color, Shimmerz. And this is a beautiful red. It's really hard to pick up on the camera. I wish the camera picked it up better, but these colors of paint are just really shining. So there's lots of shimmer and shine in these. Since I've outlined where the paper is, now I'm going to go back in and just kind of blur those lines. So I'm going along the top and the bottom and the side. And then I'll repeat the process, and I'm going to go in and make some splatters all along where the red is. So we'll go ahead, and now I'm going to do the splatters, and it's okay if they're going into the other sections. Then I'll bring in my heat tool and just heat set this before I bring in the middle color. I want to add the pink to the center section, but I don't want these to mix into each other. So off camera, I did come in and bring in my heat tool, and I just heat set that a little bit so that I could go ahead and add the pink. All right, so I'm repeating the same process here, and I'm painting on the Pink About It Inklings. These look so good, all these colors together. So we'll go ahead and put the pink all along here, and I'll blur the line once again. There we go. And that looks really good. Now, if you don't order the color kits, you can get the paint all in a kit. So there's several different options on the Shimmerz Paints website. I wanted to be sure to mention that because a lot of times the color kits will sell out rather quickly. So if you are interested in this kit, be sure to order quickly. I do have a full unboxing of the December Color Kitz, and I'll be sure to link that down below in the description box as well for you too, in case you haven't seen it. All right, I'm going to bring in my heat tool one more time to just make sure everything is nice and dry. And now I'm going to bring back in my pattern paper strips. And oh, I love that. I love that color just peeking out from the sides. So I'm going to put some tacky glue on the back. Now, if you try to use tape runner, that will just be a temporary adhesive. You do want to use a wet glue anytime you're working with mixed media, and that's going to give you the longer hold. So that'll be your forever hold. So I've got this paper here. I'll give that a nice press. And then the last strip, this is the 3-inch strip, and it has some trees on it. So we'll glue this one down. Now off camera, I did use a distressing tool, and I distressed the edges of all these pattern papers. Okay, that looks good. So now let's bring in my photo. So here's my photo of Tatum and her tree, and she got this out of storage herself, decorated it all herself. Her room looks like a winter wonderland. I mean, she's got garland and candles and decorations, and it looks so good. So I definitely had to document this. Okay, I did matte the photos with some of that red polka dot paper, the same one that I used on the bottom strip, and I distressed the edges. And now I'm bringing in some craft foam. Now this is just some foam that I get off Amazon, and I can cut it down to whatever size I want. So I'm popping this up on a little bit of foam to give a little bit of dimension here. And I'll go ahead and get these stuck down. Now I did print these at home. I have the Epson PictureMate 400 printer, and I printed these 4x6. Now I gutted this sheet of pattern paper, and I don't know if I want the pink side or the green side. And I'm kind of thinking I want the green side. And the reason that I chose the green here is I think that that really helps draw your eye to the tree. So it helps draw your eye to the photos. To make sure that this adheres down to my cardstock, I did use some double-sided adhesive tape, and I put that on all 4 sides. So that's just going to help this adhere. And then I'll go in where there's like any parts that are sticking up, and I'll add a little bit more glue. I'll use the tacky glue. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So let's start embellishing. I did cut this little strip from the pattern paper, and I dovetailed the end. And now I think I want to bring in a couple of these cute little trees that was in the ephemera pack. So I have the whole ephemera pack right there to the right of my screen here in my stack and sort tray. And I do want to go in and distress the edges really quick of this banner strip. And that's just so that everything will match on the layout. So I'm using my edge distressing tool. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So then I'm putting this down, and that'll just bring a little more interest down here to this cluster. We can build an embellishment cluster. So I'll glue this first tree down flat using some tape adhesive. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of craft foam here, and I'm going to pop this second tree up with some craft foam. So let me get this cut down so that it fits on here. And then we'll glue this down. And then I love this little snowman head. And if you look in the photo, her tree skirt has little snowmen on it. So I thought this was perfect, and it really matches. So I'm going to go ahead and use the snowman, and that's going to be for my second embellishment cluster. And I think I want to have that right up here to the upper left of this left photo. So I'm going to look here. I do want to bring in the dots. I love the dots that are included in the color kits, but I'm going to set that aside for just a moment. I did go ahead and cut another banner strip to match the one in the bottom right, and I'm going to put that up here in the upper left so that that matches, and we'll build the embellishment cluster up here with that banner strip. So I'll put a little tape runner on the back and we'll get that glued down. And then I know I want to put the snowman up here. I'm using my powder tool to remove the stick off the stickers. And I do this so that way I can move the stickers around more like die cuts. And then once I figure out exactly where I want the stickers, then I'll go back in with my glue, my wet glue, and glue them back down. They are very sticky, but I remove the stick off of them so that I can move them around. Okay, I like the way that looks, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this banner strip down. So we'll tuck this right here under the photo and give it a good press. And now I can add a little bit of glue to these cute little puffy stickers that came right in the kit. So I've got a red one, and then I want to layer a little pink one over the top. And now I can add my snowman face. So I'm going to put a little bit of craft foam on the back of the snowman. Give it a press, and then I'll add some glue, and we'll add the snowman up here to the upper left. Super cute. I like it. Okay. I found this acrylic piece. Now this is from Color Cast Designs, and it couldn't be more perfect for my page. It says, "Oh, Happy Day," and I thought that was a great title because it was a happy day, and if you can just see the expression on her face, she is so happy and proud of her tree. So we'll give this a good press, and that's going to be my title. I like to use Nuvo glue adhesive when I glue acrylic titles down because I find that it dries clear and it's a real strong glue. Now I'm bringing in the dot from the color kits, and I've got a little bit of thread here in my stash. It's rolling away from me. And I want to use this pink thread, and I think this matches the Pink About It-Inklingz. So I'm going to do about 3 pulls here on the thread. I put a little glue dot on the back of the dot, and then we'll add this dot up here to this cluster. Perfect. Now I want to bring in another dot. Now this one is from Scrap and Happy Studio, and this has a pink tree, so I thought it was perfect to go along with this kit. So I'm going to bring in one of these. There's several pink trees in this collection that I bought, but I just want to add one. So we'll add this down here to my bottom cluster. Give it a press. There we go. Cute. Okay. Now in last month's kit, or maybe it was the month before, it was in a recent Color Kits, they had these chipboard star stickers that came in the Shimmerz Paints Color Kits, and I hadn't used them yet, and I love them. They do have adhesive on the back, so I'm peeling off the papers here, and I want to add a couple stars to my bottom cluster and then a couple stars to my top cluster. Oops, it looks like I didn't get enough glue on this sticker up here. Came off, so let me go ahead and press that down. Peel off the release paper on this star. And then off camera, I did glue down some sequins. Now this is the bonus bundle. It's an add-on purchase, but I wanted to show you those sequins. So here is a look at my layout up close. I will add the journaling off camera. I'm going to write Tatum's Tree, Christmas 2024. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will have still shots posted over on my Facebook and my Instagram. If you don't already follow me there, I would love for you to give me a follow. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.